Hello everyone, I wanted to hop on here really quickly and give you just a quick review of this curriculum, Great Christian Classics, Volume 2 from Generations. Before I jump into the review, I do want to just say thank you to all of you who have been praying for me and my family after I shared that I had a stroke 2 weeks ago. So I appreciate your prayers. Thankfully, it doesn't look like I'm going to have any long-term side effects from the stroke, physically or cognitively, but I am still moving very slowly, and my brain is not working currently as fast as it normally is. So just bear with me in this review. But I was feeling a little bit okay today that I thought I would tackle going through all the piles I have here on the floor of curriculum that I had sorted before the stroke, and now I need to think about having my kids box them up and putting some up for sale and things like that. And I saw this one there and I thought, I never did a review of this, and so I'm just gonna pull out the camera, even though I don't know when the last time I washed my hair or I don't have makeup on. I know that you guys don't care how I look, but I know that you appreciate curriculum reviews, especially at the high school level. So I'm just going to do a review even though I'm not really prepared. So this might not be as thorough or concise as most of my curriculum reviews, but I'm gonna just wing it so that I can share this great curriculum with you and just get it out there for you. So again, this is Great Christian Classics. It is volume 2, so there is a volume 1. It has 4 works. It says 4 essential works of the faith. So there are 4 books in here that your student would read and work through for the year. And then of course it comes with a student workbook. So let me just start with this big volume here. First off, this is just a great thing to purchase to have in your home, whether you want to use the curriculum or not. This includes 4 works by Christian authors. Let me tell you what they are. There is On the Incarnation, The Imitation of Christ, The Institutes of the Christian Religion, and Pilgrim's Progress are all inside here. So those are just great books to have on your shelf, and they're all here in one volume. The other great thing about this volume is that along with those 4 works, there's introductory material that you can read, your student can read, to kind of give you a little bit more context for the story and information. And then they have a lot of, explanatory notes. So let me see if I can show you that here. There's notes on the side here. You see that? So that as you or your student is reading through them, where there might be difficult wording because it's Old English or something like that, or there's some help there. So this is just a great volume to have on your shelf, whether you're going to use it as curriculum or not, so that your children and you, just your whole family, has access to these 4 great Christian books. And again, there's that helpful introductory material and different notes on the side to help as you read through it, because even I need that as an adult. When I am reading some of these older classic works, I need some help in understanding it too. So those notes are really helpful. So that is what you get in this volume. Like I said, you could just have this as a nice thing to have on your bookshelf for your family, or you can purchase it in a set and go ahead and use it as curriculum with the workbook for the student. And the way the workbook is set up is very similar to how Master Books sets up their curriculum. So if you are from, okay, here's my brain not working so well. If you are familiar with Master Books, then this setup will make sense to you. Actually, Master Books was the publisher for Volume 1 of Great Christian Classics, and then Generation Homeschool published Volume 2 themselves, and I believe they have a whole bunch of other curriculum that they are publishing coming out as well. So the student workbook here has a schedule that is laid out for your student. This is a year-long course, but as you can see, they're only doing this about 2 to 3 days a week. So there is, let's see, over here you can see, I think some of these, it's now 3 days a week. So what I did, even though it says this is a year-long course, and so the amount of work, I think you could probably give your student a full credit in literature for this course. I had my senior doing this one this last year, and I just wanted her to have a well-rounded English, a credit in English. And so we used this for the literature component, and then we used something else for the writing component. I believe, I'm trying to think, there might be writing assignments in here. If there were, I had her skip them because we were doing a separate one. And I am seeing it says complete an essay. So you probably could use this for English credit too. You'd want to look it over a little bit more and make sure that's going to meet all the requirements that you have or your state has. But there was essay assignments in here, and I don't think I had her do them. But again, my brain's working a little bit slower than normal, so I can't remember. So it is for a full year. It's broken up into quarters. So there's 9 weeks and another 9 weeks that would make up the semester, so the first 2 quarters, and then another third and fourth quarter that would make up the second semester. Like I said, it's about 2 to 3 days that you would be working on that. So all of the worksheets and the tests are in this book. The prompts for the writing assignments are in here as well, and also the answer keys are in here. So what I did was I just opened it up to the back and pulled out all the answer keys. I put them in a separate binder for myself, and then I gave my daughter the workbook and obviously this volume of writings, and she just was able to work through it herself, and then I could grade everything. The worksheets are, a lot of them are just questions that they would, short answer questions. There is some vocabulary in here, and so there's matching with the vocabulary and having to write out, it says use each word in a sentence of your own construction, and so there's vocabulary in here, they're reading, they're writing, so it really is a complete curriculum. The reason that I chose the Great Christian Classics for my senior was because she had already done the typical kind of literature courses, American history and all of that. And when I was thinking about what do I want her to have, what do I want to cover before I send her out into the world, I thought, what better than her to read the Christian classics? I just thought that if I want her to read something, I want her to read the Bible, right? I want all my children, first and foremost, if they just read the Bible every day, I would be happy. But then if we have time, the Christian classics. So literature that was written by great men of the faith. And so that's what I wanted just to wrap up all of these homeschool years with some Christian literature. And I have to tell you, my daughter enjoyed this course, especially Pilgrim's Progress. She was really looking forward to reading that, but I really enjoyed this course for her as well. When I think about our kids and the limited time that we have with them and the limited time that we all have to read, first and foremost, I want my children and myself to be in God's Word. That is the most important book that we could ever read. But after that, even more important than reading the classics, which are certainly good to read with our kids because they help us talk to our kids about different worldviews and how to think critically about an author's worldview and how it is being portrayed in the book and how that worldview would just look in our modern life now, and it's just a great way to have those worldview discussions with our kids. But if I have a limited time and they have a limited time to read, I want them to be in God's Word, and I want them to be reading literature from these godly men and women as well, but certainly these great Christian classics from some men who love the Lord. And so I was just thrilled about this course. Like I said, they have a volume 1 as well that covers 4 different works. So I highly recommend this. Like I said, my daughter enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and it was just, it was a great curriculum to wrap up her homeschool career, I guess you could say. But I'm really interested in looking at some more of the curriculum from Generation Homeschool. This is the first curriculum I've used from them. I do have several of the novels or literature books that they have put out, and we have been loving those. But this is the first curriculum that I've really used from them, and so they are now bumped up to one of my top choices to look at when I'm choosing homeschool curriculum. So this next year, I've already chosen our curriculum. We won't be using anything from Generations, but they are definitely something that I'm going to consider in the future. They have got curriculum, I think, for all the grades now that they're slowly putting out and adding to. So something to check out, and especially if you're looking for a great literature curriculum for your high schooler, this is a great option. This actually might even be something that no, it says high school. Okay, so yes, I was gonna say, I think it might have said like 8th grade and up, but it does say that it is high school literature. And so a great option. Anyways, I just wanted to hop on here really quick and share that with you. I think I'm gonna take a couple more minutes to sort and then go lay down and give my body and my brain a good rest. So again, thank you all for those of you who have been praying for me. I really do appreciate it.